Look around London and it's difficult to spot, but slavery is a thriving criminal industry here in modern Britain. Victims falsely promised the world and then exploited, abused, sometimes left fearing for their lives. Last year, a record 10,600 people were identified as potential victims of modern slavery here in the UK, a rise of more than 50% on 2018. Labour exploitation was the most common form of abuse, with many of the victims coming from the UK, Albania and Vietnam. Victims can end up in nail bars, car washes, farms and factories. And the charity Hestia, which supports survivors, fears there could be more exploitation as the coronavirus lockdown is eased.
As those businesses are allowed to open up again, we think that the number of individuals being exploited in those industries will begin to increase again. And the risk is potentially higher given that businesses and employers might not have as much money to provide fair wages and all of those kinds of things.
And Hestia, which has just opened this safe house for survivors, doesn't think travel restrictions will stop the traffickers.
Unfortunately, they will find more creative ways to either move individuals between other countries or bring individuals into the UK itself, but also the risk to British nationals may well increase as well.
The UK has stepped up its efforts to tackle slavery, but critics say new laws introduced in 2015 aren't being used enough. Nancy is a slavery survivor who supports others. She says victims must be given legal status to stay in Britain.
This will help survivors to rebuild their life, because having legal status is where freedom begins for survivors. Without having legal status, survivors are put even in more vulnerable position, whereby we face re-trafficking and re-exploitation.
Unmesh Desai, a Labour Party politician, scrutinises crime fighting in the capital.
Very, very few prosecutions have been brought under the Modern Slavery Act, and it's about stepping up enforcement action. And I would say that, yes, a fair bit has been done, but a lot more needs to be done.
With tough financial times ahead and traffickers looking to profit from the pandemic, the slave trade is a crime that will continue to plague Britain. Damon Embling, Euronews, London.